Hey everyone, happy February, and today I have a fun little TBR game for you. So, guess what? I found my very first TBR game that I created 2 years ago. and I only used it a handful of times, maybe like 2 or 3 times. But I kind of wanted to bring it back for February. Why not? Because it is themed kind of around February and the month of love. So I thought it would be lots of fun. So this was my original TBR game. I even laminated all these cards at some point, but it is called the TBR Love Triangle. And I created the back of these cards. Well, that one had a tear on it. So let's go to one that actually doesn't have a tear on it so you guys can see. That's always good. But yeah, so TBR Love Triangle. This is actually based off of, kind of funny since I'm 31, but it's based off of high school situations. And I got this inspiration from the Archie comics because if you don't know, I am a huge Archie comics fan. And so I created this TBR Love Triangle because of that. So we have prompts that go along with high school and with romance and stuff. So I just thought it'd be fun to do this TBR game. So I am going to pick, how many books do I want to do? I think I want to do 5 because I did fail in January. I already know that. I'm filming this actually early. It's like the 16th of January, but I thought I would just get it done because I knew for a fact that I was not going to finish my TBR from January. So that was like a no-brainer. It wasn't going to happen. So yeah. So we are actually going to pick a punishment. And we're just, if it is related to the board game, I will just move that punishment to next month. So here is my punishment and reward jar. So we are picking a punishment this month because no, I had a lot of review books and other stuff that I had to read first this month, so it was not going to happen. I already knew that. So let's go ahead and pick. Sorry, no cheating here. And I know the bigger ones are the punishment, so okay, that's punishment. Let's see. Oh. Okay, well, I am going to include review books in this one because I have to read review books. And I also have a read-a-thon this month. How am I going to do this? Okay, well, okay. This one would normally be where I do this the entire month as a punishment, but since there is a read-a-thon happening this month, I don't really have any fairy tale retellings. I am a co-host. I have a few, so it is doable. So yeah, I didn't tell you what the punishment was. Read only books from my TBR carts. So I have one next to me that you can kind of see. It's this blue. Just move it over here. This thing, and then I have one in front of me. So I have two TBR cards. So that is all that I can pick from for my cards. So I can't pick any Kindle books. I can't pick any library books. So this is gonna be tough. Okay, so not too tough. I mean, I do have like probably 50 books on these cards. So yeah, so that is our punishment. Now, normally, if I didn't have readathons going on, this would be where that was all I would be able to read for the entire month. But I don't count review books because those are mandatory. I have to read those. So, but for this month, I can only pick books from my TBR carts for this month. Okay, so that is the punishment. So hopefully I can find some that fit. And hopefully I will actually read them. I want a reward next month. Let's shoot for that. Okay, even though there are some fun punishments, I mean, that was kind of fun. I mean, okay, so lots of fun stuff. All right, so these aren't really mixed, but I mean, I haven't even looked at them. So, like, I wouldn't be cheating anyways because, like, I don't even know what they say. Like, I looked at them a couple weeks ago when I found these cards, and yeah, at this point, I've forgotten, but I will mix them just a little bit. Just so no cheating. All right, so you guys are seeing some of the prompts. So how many am I going to pick this month? Oh, I did say 5. Let's do 5. Okay, so 5. Let's do this one. Oops, sorry. Ooh, okay. Oh, I like this one. Okay, Babysitting twins. Get them to go to sleep by reading a children's book. Okay, well, I'm going to have to bump that up to middle grade because I have no children's books on my TBR cards. So I'm just going to say middle grade because it doesn't say how old the twins are. They could be 6 and 8. 6 and 8. They're twins. They could be 6 or 8. So, okay, so for that one, let's see. Middle grade. What am I in the mood for? Okay, there's no middle grade on that one card. Okay. I could read that one. Let's see. I'll pick a couple and then we'll go from there. Oh, I could pick this one because it was on my list last month. Okay, so I found 3 that I'm interested in. So the first one is The Very, Very Far North by Dan Burrell. Total cover buys. Aren't these gorgeous? So I have that one. I have The Lost Kingdom of Bamar by Gail Carson Levine. This was a Christmas gift, so that would be fun to get to. And then I also have Mary Poppins Comes Back, which is the second book in the Mary Poppins series. So what am I in the mood for? You know what? Since it's Fairy Tale Retelling Month next month for my readathon, if you don't know, I will link that announcement video down below. But I think I'm going to pick this one. It's not, I don't think it's a retelling. She creates her own fairy tales. So I probably will not be able to read it in this month in January. So let's go ahead and pick The Lost Kingdom of Bamar for that one. So this one is about a girl, Peregrine, who she runs the fastest, speaks her mind. It doesn't give much thought to the castle's Bamar servants, who are known by all to be weak and cowardly. But just as she's about to join her proud father on the battlefield, she is visited by the fairy Helena, who reveals that Peri isn't Lochte born. Wow, that's a hard name to pronounce. She is a Bamar. The fairy issues a daunting challenge against the Lochte might free her people from tyranny. Interesting. Okay. So yes, I'm pretty sure most of her books are not retellings, but it's fairy tale, so we're gonna count it. So yay, first book on the TBR. I'm just gonna put that there. Well, there, so you can see what we're reading, kind of. Okay, so on to card number 2. Let's see. Let's pick one from the back here. Let's do this one. All right, so ooh, there's a credit card on it. Your father just got your shopping credit card bills. Uh-oh. Pick a recently purchased book. Okay. That one is kind of. I don't purchase books that often anymore. Recently purchased. I don't think anything on my one cart is recently purchased. Well, let's move it down, shall we? Let's zoom down a little bit. There's the carts. Don't mind the mess. But I don't think any of these, honestly, are recently bought. I could pick Star Wars, because that's kind of recent. I think I got that like maybe 2 months ago. But other than that, there is nothing on this cart that I have purchased within the last 6 months. So, yeah, so that cart is no longer like manageable. Let's do this one. All right, so let's see. I do have a bunch of stuff on this cart, so. All right, so on this cart, which is on my Christian fiction that I haven't read yet, so the only one that I've actually bought in the past like 6 months is probably this one. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it. Okay, so sorry if the camera angle changed. We gotta move stuff around. So for recently purchased book, we're gonna go with Aberration by Kathy McCrum. I do still have to read the first book, so we will pick the first book, which is, why can I never remember the title of the first book? Recorder. That's the name of the first book. So I will be reading Recorder and also this one, which is Aberration. So I got this one just maybe 2 months ago. It probably is my most recent purchase. I don't purchase any books lately. Okay, so let's pick another card. Okay, so not peeking, I promise. Let's pick one on this side. Let's do this one. Ooh, upside down. Okay. Ooh, okay. You take the family jet on spring break and head for parts unknown. Pick a book that is set in another country from where you live. Awesome. Try not to show the glare there. So, and I already know the perfect book that I kind of want for this. Ooh, or I could actually pick a book that I'm actually planning on reading. I'm pretty sure that one is set in another country. So for that one, I am going to be reading, it's right there. That is Cloak of Scarlet by Melanie Dickerson. So this is the latest book in the Derek Tales. Her next book actually probably will be releasing by the time this video comes out. Maybe. Either this month or in February. But this is a Red Riding Hood retelling with the Big Bad Wolf. And I love Melanie's books. Just her writing is such great fairy tale, sweet romance feeling. And yes, I'm very excited. So they are loosely based retellings. Like, you won't see a lot of similarities, but I really just love her books. So we're going to be reading this one, which I'm happy about because I did not get a chance to read this last year. So this one is about Violet, and it's about one of the brothers, Merrick. So in this series, we're following each of the brothers in a family, which I think is really cool because in her previous series, I think we followed mostly the woman, maybe a few of the brothers, but I think all of these have been the brothers so far, which I think is really fun. So yes, I'm very excited, and I can't wait to read it. So yay, that's one book that I actually needed to get to this year. And let's go ahead and pick another card. So how many have we picked so far? 3? Okay. We're not doing bad. Not doing bad at all. Okay. 2 that we kind of wanted to get to, and then 1, well, actually, no, most of them I wanted to get to, so yay. All right. So here are the cards. I'm going to pick one in the middle this time. Let's go for this one. Oh, nice. Okay. Should have waited to do this one. Your friend surprises you by giving you the jacket you admired in her closet. Pick a book that was gifted. And it kind of reminded me of Veronica because Veronica gives Betty some of her clothes in her closet sometimes. So that's where that inspiration came from. All right. Gifted. Gifted. Well. Ooh, I could put that one on because I really want to read it. Or, no, that one wasn't gifted. Never mind. That one was. All right. So gifted. All right. So there have been some on here that were gifted. Can I consider a giveaway a gift? Maybe? Ooh, I know exactly what I'm going to read. Okay, so I kind of had 2 options for this one. I have Within These Walls of Sorrow by Amanda Barrett because the author kindly said, would you like a copy of this book? And so it was a gift from the author, and it was literally a week before she won the Christie Award for the best book of the year for this book. So I really actually do want to get to this one because I have a feeling I'm going to love it since I loved her book, The Warsaw Sisters. If I had to pick a top book of the year of last year, I have a feeling it would have been that one. So I have this one, but I also have What Happens Next by Christina Suzanne Nelson, which my friend Alicia sent me for Christmas. So, and this is one that I am going to be meeting the author later this year. And I do want to get to more books by authors that are going to be there. So I think we're going to pick What Happens Next by Christina Suzanne Nelson. So awesome. So this is about a woman I know in a podcast. She is an ex-reporter, and her name is Faith. She made a name for herself telling stories of greatness after tragedy. But her real life does not mirror the story she tells. While her daughters spend the summer in Hawaii with her ex-husband and his new wife, she must manage life on her own. All of that changes when she's asked to spotlight her childhood best friend's missing person case on her podcast. So I've heard really good things about this book for those who have read it. So yeah, that's the one we're going to choose. Okay, so we are picking the last book already. I'm excited. You know, these are books that I either really wanted to get to or, yeah, I think it's a great TBR this month. I'm glad I chose to do the cards this month. So let me know if you want to see these cards again. Maybe I'll do it every other month or every couple months and bring these back because I do enjoy these. All right, so you guys can see the cards. Not that you can actually see them, but all right, I'm going to choose one. Not that, I don't even know why I'm not looking at the camera because the only one I can see is that one and I can't even read it. So I think I'm going to choose one right here. Ooh, okay. Oh no. I don't want this one. This month? It says, uh-oh, your arch rival just walked into the junior prom wearing the same dress. Pick a book you want to reread. So, so it's like the same dress you're seeing twice, so you read the book twice. I don't want to reread anything. Oh, goodness. Could read that one. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pick it. So it's on my TBR cart right here. Book to reread. We are going to go ahead and pick this one because it is a fairy tale retelling, which would be perfect for the readathon. That is One Night Enchanted by Claire Delacroix. This is a secular romance, but from what I'm remembering, it was a clean romance, but it was just so long ago. And also, this is a what's it called? A revised edition where she added some stuff, took away some stuff. So we shall see. But I'm excited to go back into this world. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's about a man who finds a genie in a bottle, and he is cursed to take the form of a wolf by day, and he's a man by night. And so he ends up falling in love with a woman because it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into this. I only ever read the first book, and I believe she's writing the fourth book right now, I think, because book 2 and 3 are actually out now. So that's what I'm going to be picking. Hey everyone, Editing Katie here because I forgot to share the extra books that I'm planning on reading for the month for the Once Upon a February readathon and also for the reading challenges. So I need to do that. I don't even know where the shirt is. It's probably dirty from when I filmed this. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my reading journal. So let's start off with reading challenges. So I think I have 4 we need to talk about. So we'll decide on books together for that. As soon as I find my readathons. Oh, there we go. All right, so the first one is my readathon, which is the Read Around the World-a-thon happening all year long. You can join in whenever you like. That is this. So I did make it so you can do 1 prompt a month. You can do more. It doesn't matter. You can do it multiple times throughout the year. I know my friend is. So the second prompt for the next year. So we did packing list item on the cover. So we keep following the path all the way to the end. And so the next prompt is mode of transportation on the cover. Okay, mode of transportation. Ooh, this one would work. And I think this is actually one that I had on my TBR game. It is What Happens Next by Christina Suzanne Nelson. So I was able to fit this in. And it has a bicycle on the cover. Perfect. Okay, so that is going to be my pick. I mean, that could change throughout the month, but this is the one that's hopefully going to be picked for my prompt. Okay, so the next readathon that I'm doing is the Christian Fiction Challenge 2024 by my friend Jane Reads. I will link everybody's channel down below because the rest of the challenges are friends here on YouTube. So her next prompt for February is, I have to bring it closer, A Past Fave. So it is a reread. So I am going to be picking, it is a fantasy book. It's the Story Peddler, I believe that's what it's called, by Lindsay A. Franklin. It is the first in a trilogy, and I'm about 40% of the way in the audiobook. I think, don't quote me. But I really want to continue that series, so I am rereading the first one. So I'm going to choose that one. So that is a Christian fantasy book. All right. Okay, and then the next challenge I'm doing is Oshina's Read Christian Fiction Challenge for 2024. And the prompt for February is a new author. So I have plenty. Ooh, I just realized. I'm just going to choose this one. Christina Suzanne Nelson is a new author to me for What Happens Next. So awesome. So I was able to fit this book into 2 challenges already. Okay, so let's see what the last prompt is for. Actually, is this really a romance though? I'm just saying. Let's see. I mean, honestly, most Christian fiction has romance in it. Just saying. That one actually might not work. Just realized that is not really a Christian romance. So, might have trouble picking one. Oh, this is not a new author to me. Just realized I read one of her books. I know that I have some review copies coming. Ooh, okay. I just realized I have my new releases list. So let's see if there's anyone that I actually is new to me. So those are not. This one is, but I don't know if it's romance. So I don't think I'm going to pick that one. Let's see what else there is. Yeah, I'm not seeing any romance that is coming out that I don't know already. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Yeah, I've read all those ladies before. This is going to be tough. Okay. Let's see. Well, this one can take it off of my list because this is on my list for 2024 and it does have a romance in it. I don't know if it's necessarily like completely romance, but it does have romance in it. So I'm going to count it. I have a feeling it's going to be romance related. But yeah, so I'm going to be choosing Mountain Laurel by Lori Benton because I've been dying to read this. If you know, you've been around a while. It's time to read this. So hopefully I will have time to read it because I am trying to finish my friends' reading challenges once a month now instead of like completing them all in 1 month like I have done the past 1 or 2 years. So Mountain Laurel by Lori Benton. Okay, so that is the one I'm going to be choosing. And there is romance in it. I just don't know how much of the plot it is, but we'll see. I'm going to count it anyways. I mean, unless there's one that I forgot that I need to review. Oh, wait, there is one. Ooh. There is one that I'm on a launch team for. It's Andrea Boyd's newest release, and she's a new to me author. I will put her picture of her new book because I forgot the title, but I have an e-arc copy of it that I just got, so that is perfect. I can get that one done. I'm picking that one instead because I know it's romance, but it could be just clean romance. But she's a friend of Tony Shiloh's, so and I believe she's a Christian romance author. So we're gonna take it. Okay, if not, I can change it later. Okay, so then the last challenge I have is Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. So for that one, month 2, I went with Doyle, which I still need to read Doyle's book, by the way, for January. Don't worry, it's only the middle of January, so hopefully I still have time. But, so I'm on Doyle's path, because she has Arthur Conan Doyle path and a Ella Montgomery path. So I have read Ella Montgomery. I have not read Arthur Conan Doyle yet. Don't yell at me. I am going to try to later on this year. Okay, so the prompt for Doyle for February is Elementary, my dear Watson. Read a book under 250 pages. So that's actually absolutely perfect. I am going to be choosing one of the books that I'm going to be reading for the Once Upon a February readathon. And I'm going to start talking about that right now. So I will put in the cover, but I will also mention it because we're now going to be talking about the Once Upon a February. All right, so I was able to fit 4 books into the 12 prompts. So actually it was 3. I still might do it at 3, but one might be cheating a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be reading, which I do have physically, none of the other ones I don't, and that is Cloak of Scarlet by Melanie Dickerson. I will be reading this next month. It is guaranteed. I want to read this. So this is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. And if you missed the announcement video, I will link it down below. Plus, you do not have to read all fairy tale retellings. Just one. You just have to read one. The rest of the prompts, you can pick whatever you want. And I have one book that fits 5 different prompts. So you are allowed to double, quadruple, quintuple, whatever it's called, to get the books you want to be read. So I'm reading Cloak of Scarlet by Melanie Dickerson for my first book. As I said, it is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. So for this one, it is going to go for Red Rose, which is red on the cover, because obviously, red on the cover, the red cloak. It also is going to go for Evil Stepmother, a notorious villain, because the villain in this story is kind of representing the big bad wolf. So that is a notorious villain. And then it's also going to go for Midnight Last to Read a Book, because this book came out like 3 or 4 months ago, so I feel like I'm the last one to read it, so I need to read it. And I'm usually not late to the party with Melanie Dickerson's books, but this time I am, so I will be reading this one for that. And I was gonna put it for a lesser known retelling. Technically, most of us, if not all of us, know about Little Red Riding Hood. She is not a lesser known fairy tale, but she is a lesser known retelling. There aren't that many Little Red Riding Hood retellings. There really aren't. I mean, unless you're talking like TV shows and movies, because like we have like Into the Woods that has, I think that has Little Red Riding Hood, or The Big Bad Wolf or whatever. And then we have like, I think that TV show, Hollow, is that what it's called? I watched it for a while until it got a little weird. But that one, oh, Sleepy Hollow, that one. That one has the Big Bad Wolf in it. So like there's some characters that pop up here and there. I think Once Upon a Time, I think there's a Little Red Riding Hood character in there. But as far as like books, I don't really know a whole lot. So I could count this. It might be cheating a little bit because everyone else is picking like ones that like I have heard nothing about, fairy tale or retelling. But if I want to squeeze it in, I think it's okay. We're all good. Okay, so this one. Okay, So that one is done. All right, then the next book that I am reading is called The Unlucky Prince by Deborah Grace White. And this is the first book in a prince main character, or just a male main character in each of the books in the series. So I know my friend Celestria has read quite a few in the series, and I think she liked it because she's going to continue on the series in this readathon. So I'm very excited to read the first book. So I believe the first book is a Frog Prince retelling. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it is. So for that one, it's going to go for the prompt Marry Men, a male main character. So that works. Then it's also going to go for Wolf, an animal integral to the plot because he turns into a frog. A frog is a main part of the story. So that works for that. And then I'm also going to be using it for, where is it? Thumbelina, a short book, because I think it's like 220, 230 pages or so, and that's short for me. I said anything under 250 for my personal goal, so it's a short book. Actually, it might even be shorter than that. Okay, and then the last book that I have, which actually fit 5 of the prompts, and that is Hunting Sirens by Mary Meckham. I read the first book with my friends Reese and Christy. I'll link their channels down below, and we really enjoyed it. It was Becoming Hook. That was a Peter Pan retelling where Peter Pan is the villain and Hook is the hero, and we really enjoyed it. So we're going to be buddy reading the second book along with I think Taylor is joining us, and I think Celestria might be joining us too. So like we got a whole bunch of people wanting to buddy read that with us, which is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so for that one, it can count for Fairy Godmother, which is a gender flipped retelling because we have the kind of, she's not a princess, but like we have this character that's hunting sirens to kill them off because they're bringing danger to the village. And then we have the siren, the merman. So he is the kind of Little Mermaid flipped retelling. So, okay. So then the next prompt that it fits is, let's see, never mind. I thought I could fit another one, but that's okay. All right. The next one that it can fit is Pixie Dust, a magical creature, because sirens are magical creatures. They're mermaids. So that works. And then the next one it can fit is Musical Voice, a book that incorporates music or singing because sirens, they sing to lure in the sailors. And of course, it's a Little Mermaid retelling, and there's lots of stuff to do with music about that. So that counts for that. All right, and then the next one that it counts for is Long Locks, Girl with Long Hair. And the girl definitely has long hair on the cover, as you can see in the picture here. And then the last one is for Snow Queen on a Quest, because literally I don't think you will find a fairy tale retelling that a person is not on a quest. They're on a quest to find love. They're on a quest to save their kingdom. They're on a quest to, what else? They're on a quest to save their best friend or save their loved one. They're on a quest to, I don't know, to change something. I don't know, but there's always a quest in some form, shape, or way in a fairy tale retelling. So those are the 3, maybe 4 books that I'll be reading for the Once Upon a February. Make sure to tag us or use the hashtag if you want to post to Instagram, and we would love to see your progress because we have some fun graphics to share with everybody who happen to make either one prompt, 7 prompts, or all 12 prompts. So it'll be fun. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will go back to the ending of the original video. Make sure, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will share what I thought of these books at the end of the month if I get to them. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Let me know what you're reading in February too. I'd love to know.